Morning, brothers. We're vlogging today. Last night in my journal, I wrote down what I was gonna do today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna vlog it today. This morning, woke up groggy. Told myself I was gonna vlog my morning routine. Like, I don't want to do it. Feel like tired. I was like, it doesn't matter at all. It matters zero how I feel. So we're getting it done, of course. Anyways, today for the morning routine, got my book, Atomic Habits. I read this book actually like 3 years back, but I did not take notes on here, so I'm reading it again because I did not absorb any of the information. So I'll literally, every chapter, anything I think is interesting, I think I could use, I think my clients could use, pop it right in here. Alright, in addition, we got the infamous breakfast, blueberries, oats, protein powders. Do you see this beautiful thing right here? That's the Happy Light. What it does is it basically mimics the sun, not fully, but as much as can be, to set my circadian rhythm, right? Gets me like UV light, basically. And in the winter, especially since the UV is lower, we don't go outside as much because it's fucking 15 degrees out here. This is awesome. It's actually called a Happy Light because it's going to increase your serotonin, make you feel more aligned during the day because your circadian rhythm's better. So I highly recommend this if you're living in an area that's freezing cold and has a lot of overcast. So I'll pop this up, have my breakfast, take notes, and then go and rip some cardio. All right, brothers? Let's have a day. Got a good one in front of us. Got a workout, got some client calls, going to the grocery store. Let's have one. So that was a brother who just joined about 7 weeks ago, and he's one of my favorite clients of all time. He's a perfect ICP for me. He is obsessed with becoming the greatest version of himself, obsessed with accepting anything in his path that will get him there despite the discomfort. And right now, he's struggling with a new school he just entered with a lot of upperclassmen, juggling a job, doing the full method, and creating content, right? And so his confidence went from a 9 last week to a 4 this week, right? And, you know, most people would look at that and be like, this is too much for me. I shouldn't be here. But what I said to him is that you should not always be confident, 100%, right? You should be confident in your ability to problem solve. You should be confident in the fact that you will figure it the fuck out, whatever you put yourself in. But you should be in situations that are new, situations that require you to lower your confidence because you've never been there before, right? Every single time you do that, it creates the long-term confidence. I'll probably throw this clip in there, but I gave the example of how when I tried MMA, the businesses, right? Personal training, anything. I wasn't confident in the beginning, but that is why I am confident now. And so I think a big thing holding a lot of people back is the fear of lowering their ego, right? The fear of putting themselves in situations where they don't have the comfort of the no, right? And that's an extremely uncomfortable place to be, but it's required for success. And the reason that he's able to do this is he cares more about his legacy. He cares more about what he leaves in this world than that discomfort, right? And so when he's weighing out these negative feelings, right? The negative feelings with the end goal is just so much stronger than anything that will come his way. And so super proud of him. Of course, I'll get his consent before I post any of this. I always do. And he mentioned in the call how if he had not gone through these previous 7 weeks of coaching, he would not be able to handle the stress the same way. And how is that even possible, right? I don't see him. We talk once a week. Of course, we're always in constant communication, but he's the one going to do these things. It's because he has developed the same frameworks I use, right? He has started to change his mindset in the way where this is where I need to be, right? I've gotten to where I am today by doing the exact things he's doing. And so he knows when he's in these situations and I'm reaffirming him saying, hey brother, right, this is where you need to be, reinforces the fact that this is a positive thing. And that allows you to attack the situation with energy, with purpose, right, with confidence. And so really proud of him there. In addition, Qigong, he finished the first 4 weeks of that. Now he's got week 5, which is a full microcosmic orbit. He's going to start implementing that. And that's huge for confidence, right? That's huge for, just grounding yourself. Any negative feeling, any anxiety, you're able to guide that through the orbit. And so he's super excited for that. And yeah, this guy is a perfect example of what the method does, right? Some people come here with less of a purpose like he does, which is just, getting in shape, becoming a great partner for a woman, getting full confidence in themselves. He came with that in addition to fulfill his purpose. And when you add purpose on top of all of these things is when life just becomes beautiful, right? That is the pinnacle experience of a man, is growing on a day-to-day basis while also having a purpose you're working towards. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm really good.
I looked at the check-in and we had a little bit of I would say rougher week, more of an uncomfortable week, right? This week.
Yeah.
And so talk to me about the confidence and how you handle everything this week.
So there were some like stressful moments, insecure moments, but overall, I feel like it was actually all fine. Like I actually have worried as much as I did.
Okay, good. So that 4 out of 10 was you just kind of being like, "Hey, I'm in a new environment. I'm not used to it, and I'm okay with that."
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good to hear. As far as the school goes, how are you liking the school itself?
It's great.
Good. Challenging, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and also one of the classes was really good. It's media and environment. It essentially goes into it's basically all about my sort of stuff. It's about challenging the idea that humans are the only thing that matters. It was kind of a stressful week, I guess. So even though so it's kind of weird. This is a new experience for me to actually be challenged in such a way where I do feel kind of stressed, but also at the same time still motivated.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Someone asked me a question on my story, like I think it was like 3-4 months back on my Instagram story, and they're like, "Are you always confident?" And I sat there and thought for a second, and I realized no, the answer was no, and the answer is you should not always be confident, right? Because if you are always confident, that means you're not putting yourself in environments where we're feeling insecure and feeling like you don't know exactly what you're doing. You wouldn't be putting yourself in those environments, right? So it's kind of a requirement to be in situations where your confidence isn't high to build that confidence, right?
Yeah.
When I first started MMA, was not confident. MMA is one of the biggest reasons I have confidence now. When I first started my business, not confident with the business. It's one of the reasons I'm most confident now, right? And so this is a good sign that you're in a situation where, everything isn't easy, right? You're going to have to adapt. When you are sick, brother, if you feel at all sick, like your immune system is like down at all, you don't want to work out, right? Because right now, like you said, your body's burning more calories because you're sick, and your immune system's doing everything it can to recover right now. And so, if you go and work out, you're taking that extra recovery that would go to otherwise recovering from being sick, and you're redirecting it towards the workout. So you're not going to recover fully from the workout, and you're taking away from the recovery from the sickness. So you might get more sick. So it's just unintelligent to work out when you're sick. So we're definitely gonna, and you just hit 2 workouts anyway. So you're definitely gonna move that chest workout to tomorrow. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. And it's already 5 p.m., so you can, wind down a little bit. You like how I did the year time zone? I looked at what time it was in Netherlands and did the 7x forward. So, okay, chest workout tomorrow. Great week of workouts. How did you like the 3 upper, 1 lower?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So, the one thing about having 3 upper, 1 lower, obviously, you're hitting legs less frequently, which is okay. The greatest bodybuilders of all time would hit legs once a week. And all you have to do is on those leg days, I want you to absolutely push it, right? Your nervous system should be cooked by the end of those leg days, right? Pushing to failure, so that way it'll take you about 5, 6, 7 days to fully recover from that leg workout.
Okay.
Okay? And then the biggest change this week was adding the arm day in. Of course, how did you like arms?
Yeah, I like them.
It's fun, right? Those are the days you walk in the gym, you're like, I got arms. It's gonna be a good one. So that's great. And as far as the physique goes, still seeing a lot of muscular development, right? It's like the naked eye can't always see it, but like when you look at a physique side by side, especially in a month, you're not gonna make, complete visible transformations, but your skin's so much tighter, you're so much more rock solid with those extra, 6, 7 pounds on you, or 5, 6. Yeah. So that's doing good. All right, let's talk about Qigong, my guy. So you did the Dantian this week. Good work on that. How'd that go?
Yeah, just went well overall. So there was some stress this week, so I figured that would be a good moment to practice those new things. I do have to revisit the videos because I'm not sure whether I'm doing it entirely correctly. But also, it's also not too complicated. I guess it's pretty much just going over various points with your mind and feeding those points, going kind of. So am I even describing the right thing? That is the thing where you essentially
correct in like your belly button area.
Yeah, exactly. I've been doing that.
Okay, you said you felt a chi. You were able to one of the days feel a little bit of the chi, like you kind of tangibly feel like I feel like energy flowing within the area.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the full microcosmic. All right. And so this isn't necessarily harder than the Dantian. Because the fact that you're able to feel a little in the Dantian means that you're ready to move on. With this, this is the full thing, right? This is what it's all leading up to. For the rest of your life, you can use this. I've used this for the past 3 years since I learned it. So be excited for that. basically what it is, same thing as Dantian, but you're moving it through the full orbit, right? So I won't waste our time. You have the full videos on there. You'll have 3 videos. One is the microcosmic awakening, which is less doing the flow. The next one is the connecting the points, and the last one is the full flow, right?
Yeah.
And then when you're done with those, text me. I will send you the guided meditation. That one's actually by yours only. And then you can just press play. That one's like specifically, it's not educating at all. It's specifically, you can press play and just meditate. Got some background music in there. How do you feel with content this week?
Yeah, so I didn't post enough. I guess I posted 2 things this week.
Yeah.
At least 2 reels. Because I didn't have too much creative input.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I even that last post, like I was really sitting there, like, what am I going to post? And it took me a moment to actually figure out what I wanted to put out there. At the same time, I do notice my classes do provide a bit of, extra stuff that I can also implement in my posts.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So what you're talking about there is like the coach's frame, right? Which is like, hey, now that I'm doing content, I'm looking for ways to share the knowledge I have on a platform. You'll start taking ideas, and instead of saying, okay, how can I absorb this? You say, how can I turn this into a lesson for myself and for others, right?
Yeah.
And so that is the coach's frame. And the way I'm able to post like, multiple talking head stories on my story a day is because that's how I go through my life always now, right? I've been doing this for a while. And so I go through my life. If I have a conversation, of course, when I read the books, the pages, I'm like, where is this applied in my life? And how can I communicate this in a way where other people can digest it as well, right? Always looking. And so that speeds up your rate of growth because now you're always in a coach's frame. Instead of just drifting through life, you're like analyzing everything, right? And as far as your KPIs this week, meaning like the numbers you hit, I wouldn't stress about it, right? I'm not going to say that, hey, maybe you could have gotten the extra couple, but we're at our edge, right? We're at our edge. We're at the point where it's like, I'm uncomfortable on a daily basis, right? We're even pushing even a little further than beyond our edge. And so we always want to be surfing on the outside of that edge. And your KPIs and your metrics should be at a point where it was difficult to hit these. And some days I might not hit them. Some weeks I might not hit them, right? Because otherwise we're staying comfortable. So this is where I've ended my streak the most, right? Is going to be pumping because you have to be erect, right? And so it's a lot easier to be on a steamer and tetramer streak if you're not erect, if you're not, edging at all, if you're not pumping. But that being said, the skill of being able to be erect, of being able to, do PE while keeping a streak is the skill you need to have full tantric sex with your woman, right? So by gaining control doing this, you're going to gain even more control of your sexual energy because it requires more discipline. For this process, and I'm glad you're doing microcosmic this week, it's something called mindful masturbation, right? So our whole lives, whenever we masturbate, we immediately go to lust because that's just natural, right? We immediately either fantasize or watch pornography. That isn't the only way to do it, right? What happens when you are masturbating is your sexual energy is at its highest, right? That's why the lust feels strong. You feel super aroused. That same energy is the energy that drives the orbit, right? That's that libido, that's strong. And so you will feel the orbit more than ever when you're masturbating, right? You will feel it very strong. And so it's very important that number one, you are paying attention to the lust, right? Not letting yourself go into fantasy. If a thought arises, that's okay. I'm not going to follow it. And you are taking that energy, taking deep breaths. On the inhale, you're going to guide the orbit through the front. Exhale, guide it through the back. And you'll feel a strong orbit, especially when you're in this state, right? And if you mess up, which you will, no one has ever not messed up, that's okay, right? It's okay. You are building this process of sexual discipline, right? If you avoid being aroused and never learn this practice, when it gets to the time when you're in the bedroom with a woman, you're not going to have the full sexual mastery to be able to last as long as you want, even have non-ejaculatory sex if you want, and just have full control over your sexual energy. And so this is a practice that you're building as well. All right, brother. Well, what I'll say is that when I look at your situation right now, I am extremely happy for you, right? Because this is a situation where it's like you're going to look back on and be like, this month was pivotal for the man I'm becoming.
Yeah.
Right. I look back at each of my stages when I started personal training, the MMA, leaving college, starting content, starting my business, all these things. And I look back at the starting stage when I was just figuring everything out. Everything was new people. And I'm like, I want that again, right? That's the best feeling right there.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking of this, like this week would have been so much harder if I hadn't already, been through multiple weeks of coaching with you as well. Um, like I could have not been able to deal with the stress and the new impressions, and yeah.
And like that lean physique is like the one you have now. Of course, you want to put on a little more muscle mass, but as far as the female gaze, you're pretty close to like, you like gaining a bunch of more muscle won't do much more for that, right? What it will do is you'll start to kind of like respect yourself more. Men will respect you. You'll have a little more gravitas when you in situations. But as far as like the female gaze, like you have a very solid physique, which is lean but muscular.
Yeah, so you just mentioned Gary Yosti.
Yeah.
I believe you know about him because of his interview with Joey Gobstrong. Am I right about that?
Oh no, I've been following. I just saw that. That was great. But I mean, like he's been doing the talk. I saw his real famous one that got millions of views, and then he just got back on Instagram, and I've been loving his approach. My dad loves. Earthling Ed's up there. Gary might be like the GOAT of the modern day animal movement. Would you agree?
No, I would disagree.
Go, ears are open.
I'm really supportive of the guy.
It'll be yours one day, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's actually what I was thinking as well. When you asked me who was the GOAT, I was thinking I would want to be the GOAT.
Exactly.
For sure. Because, yeah, I feel ready to go into it. I just need to practice Qigong more, and then I'll be that I need to get into my routine more for next week. What else? Yeah, I already have my schedule pretty much planned for next week as well. So even closer to it that week. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So those resources are in your resources now. And if you have any questions, of course, hit me up. And I would, if you also like, because we covered a lot today with the PE and everything like that, look at the call recording I sent you because it summarizes things very, very well. And yeah, brother. So we're just adding the PE routine, adding the Qigong, keep it on with the workouts, the full method, and you're embracing the suck right now, which is right where you need to be. I'm excited to see where these next 9 weeks takes us, because you're hitting the ramp where it's like growth is rapid. Growth is rapid.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Awesome, brother. All right. With that being said, let's have a good week. Anything else you want to cover? Anything else you need from me now, brother?
No, I wish you a very good week as well.
Yes, sir. Awesome, bro. Okay, we'll talk soon. Keep it up.
You, bye.
All right, much love. Super proud of him. Taking my mom to the airport now. I'm pretty much all packed up, but I'm gonna take you guys through what we got here. So, what I'm bringing along with me. We got my supplements, of course. Already took them for today, Saturday. What we got in here is omega-3s, multivitamin, natural test booster by Gorilla Mind, and CoQ10, which is good for heart health, especially since I'm bodybuilding, and then of course vitamin D, specifically since it is winter right now and I'm not getting a ton of sunlight. And then we got the clothes, of course, the books, camera, all my toiletries, my minoxidil, face wash, toothbrush, water pick, white strips, everything I need. Really, these next couple weeks, I'm gonna be focusing on just working out. I have the place to myself, which I love, recording some YouTube videos and different scenes. I got my gym out there as well, which is only 15 minutes away from my mom's crib. Well, I have 2 gyms, but I have my OG gym, Rise Athletic Club, absolutely insane. So I'm gonna get some great workouts, film them for you guys. And specifically today, I'm linking up with a brother who's another coach, right, a fitness coach. Met him at my old gym, and he just moved out to the area where my new gym is. So gonna welcome him to the place, see if he wants to get a membership, and record it for you guys, of course. So yeah, talk soon.
So how are you feeling based on the situation that you had MASTERCLASS, but still surpassing the breakup?
How am I feeling? What do you mean?
Right now.
I'm feeling it's been over at once. It's 1583 got me like SR. Like when I say SR, it's like no lust too. Because like lust was beating my ass honestly for the first time in a while after the breakup, because before it was like
I had a girl, and so it's like I was kind of still lusting. It like seemed like I wasn't lusting, but obviously, you know, being with a girl is better than like masturbating. But I haven't been able to go on like a pure SR streak like this, where I'm not lusting at all in a while. Right? Like now, when a thought arises in my head, and that allows me to feel so dialed in. It's not like the same, but I've noticed when I don't fucking jerk off, like, there's a point where it's hard as shit, but then when you get used to it, you don't even like think about it. And then right when you start again, you're fucked. It's like you rewind that pattern.
Because when you are on a long streak, you seek less of the material. Right when you lose a streak, you lose that discipline. You're more tied to the material world. You have less life force within you, and so.
Oh, this machine already feels fire.
I'm telling you. So this mechanism here is like the same as how it's place like a playground, right?
Yeah,
Playground for adults. You do these?
I do, but not as much as I should. So I feel like my hips need more strength.
Yeah, 100%. I started emphasizing it when I started bodybuilding too, because the abductors right here are massive for bodybuilding. Like they make a large chunk of your leg. Yeah.
Bro, I think it's because I've been overeating for the last month, but bro, my fucking brain.
Really?
Yes, shut up. I also don't drink.
Or you're on keto, right?
Yeah, I don't do that.
Carbs are
Probably what it is too.
Yeah.
I feel way better on carbs, honestly.
Carbs is our body's fuel source, bro.
Yeah, I do carb. That's what it is. That's the best, bro.
That's why I do want to cut. Out of both honesty, you should cut carbs every day.
Let's go, big man.
It's time.
Show him, baby.
Lightweight.
Woo! Come on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, dude. Come on. Keep pushing, bro. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. You got 3 more in you. 3 more. 3 more. 1. Come on. Let's go. 2. 3. Perfect. And then I just click the button again. Woo! Let's go.
Work.
Work, baby.
Work, baby. Strong. Here we go.
Hey.
Easy, bro.
Easy weight, all the way. Keep those legs straight, just push that butt back.
Two more.
Careful with the Smith. Up.
Hang on, one more.
Bang. Oh. Yes, sir. Lightweight or what?
Let's go, dude.
Big man. 2 more. 1. Hold it 5 seconds. Hold it 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, sir. 1 more for good luck. Yep. Beautiful. Yes. 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 Come on, rub.
But let's hit B. I-L-O. That should be your first one right there. Hey, get in this pose real quick.
I got you.
I'll send you this.
We'll be hitting.
We'll probably just go through them. We'll go double by. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, dude, I need fucking MT too. I'm like pale
I know,
as fuck.
look at this comparison. Good, boys. Go abs and thighs. You can go, we got no thighs. And then, what else? You do, you classic physique?
No, this is my first show, so I want to do men's, but
Men's physique, huh?
classic.
Classic.
I've been thinking about
your legs.
more
How are your
leader, I
legs?
guess.
Huh? How are your legs?
All right.
Let's see. Dude, go classic. Is your coach a bodybuilding coach? What did he recommend?
Say classic.
Go classic, bro. Classic is so much better. And so I mean, like I'm classic. I could go maybe men's physique. Look, your legs compared to mine are like double my size. But I've been working on them. Like
I was like, last year I was powerlifting and all I did was fucking squat. Because I'm like pretty solid at squatting.
Yeah.
So that's all I fucking hit. I like peak bulk, I was 220.
I need a
got
cut,
to
bro, I'm
700
telling
pound squat.
700 pound. Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm squatting fucking nothing.
Are you after your natural comp? Are you planning on running some cycles?
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like you get your levels checked too. That's what I'm doing. Say, okay, I want to get my pro card first, get that certification out of the way, right? And then check the levels.
Because I got my shit checked peak bulk because I started getting like nauseous and like lightheaded. I was like, okay, am I fucking diabetic? I was pre-diabetic.
Really?
It was some fuck shit. And then, but my test was 750, so like that don't matter.
Yeah, well, it's free
Pre-diabetes, who gives a fuck?
Free test is what matters.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you pre-diabetic?
Not now.
That's genetic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's genetic. I have a lot of diabetes.
Oh, okay then. Okay. Genetic, so type 1. Okay.
You tested it? Yeah. So. Oh yeah. I like this is probably my best pose. Because my legs aren't that big, but I'm able to get the hamstring out a little bit.
Yeah.
You got some fat ass hands.
It's with the posing, it makes it a lot different. Like without the posing, it's like this.
I don't bodybuild, bro. I should.
A little bit. Yeah, look up. Turn your head. It's from China though. I haven't noticed any positive effects or negative effects. Fake, right? And ooh, looking good.
Beautiful, bro. Solid as shit.
Woo! One more. This is a good one for what's it called? Bodybuilding, class physique.
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, what is the topic?
Topic
Let's talk about environment.
Topic is us, bro.
Us? Okay. What's on your mind? For me,
We
it's
are the
environment.
topic.
Oh yeah, I like that. We are the topic.
Oh, look at that. Bang.
Bro is.
Awesome. Lock. Now we got the real camera. Back again with my brother.
Let's go, Joey. Come on.
We just got one in. We just got posterior chain, which is hamstrings and back. If you're looking at yourself from behind, everything there, right? How'd you like the workout, bro?
It was insane. It was a great gym. I've never been here before. It was Rise that we went to in Gurney. It was absolutely extravagant. Great workout, great people, great vibes. Yeah.
I met this dude. We met this dude. I don't know if the camera recorded or not. When I went back to see what recorded, there was half of the film was gone, so I'll see if it's on my phone. 18 years old, jacked, natural. And you were saying how your environment creates your life, basically. You are your environment. And so had 100% gonna hit a workout with that guy, because it's like, how many young guys like us are living like that, right? To be at what, 6% body fat, maybe 7-8, probably 7-8 at 18 years old, driving 30 minutes for the gym. It's just like, you want to be around those people, right?
Yeah.
So it's like getting in environments like this, you meet people like that, you work out with them, right? Okay, you guys are both growing together while you're getting a workout. You meet more people, and you just create an environment of fucking killers.
Yeah, bro. And that's literally why I moved out here, because I mean, from the last video that we talked about just past versions of ourselves. And bro, my environment was ass. Like, I surrounded myself around a bunch of degenerate individuals, and I just became a degenerate individual myself. And substances, laziness, bad food, that was always around me. And the reason why I moved back out here, because I'm only surrounded around people that want to grow. My brother Joey. I just went to the gym. We just met our boy named Nick. Like, bro, and I'm so blessed, because this is the purpose, bro. You know, moving into an environment to make a change in your life. Like, bro, I hear it all the time from clients that I talk to. I think you probably heard this too. Oh, I want to make changes, but people are still living in the same house. They're going to the same places, hanging out with the same people, eating the same garbage, and they don't make environmental changes.
It's tough. It's hard to outwork your environment, bro. Like even your immediate environment, like without taking people aside, where you live, right? If you associate that environment with negative, bad habits, it immediately becomes way harder to avoid them, right? The friction is way harder. And so I'm excited for you because you're starting fresh at a new place. And so you probably know this, but the first couple days and weeks you're there, you're setting the fucking tone. You're
Yes.
like, you're setting, okay, I associate this place with fucking deep work, getting in bed on time, waking up early, right? And then it just becomes like, you're heathen of self-development.
Like, the thing is, Joey, bro, when I moved into this loft, I literally I looked at everything and I said, this is my office. I have my bed. The first thing that I see is two 20-pound dumbbells, my walking pad, and my desk and my laptop, bro. This is my office, right? And I literally tell this, bro, like, to my clients all the time. I actually had a group call with my clients yesterday when I was talking about environment. It is so easy to just change your environment versus using discipline, because discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more tired it's gonna get. But if you just change your environment, that's the strategy. If you change your environment, then it's so much easier to not use willpower. If you make your environment related to the goals that you want to achieve in life, you're already winning.
And the funny thing, I thought a lot of, if the camera dies, we love you boys. We'll give our outro now. But we'll go until it dies, right?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about discipline a lot, and it's like discipline almost doesn't exist, because we're humans, we're animals, right? We're always going to choose the thing that we perceive will lower our pain and increase our pleasure, right? That's what we are going to choose in the moment. And so knowing this makes it so you have to create an environment where doing the thing that aligns with your goals creates more pleasure, creates less pain, right? And so if you are in a friend group where people, are doing the drifting habits, just, being dweebs, you are going to feel okay. You are going to feel pleasure when you're doing those things with them. If you're in a friend group who does not idolize those things, who looks down upon those things, and you do that, the tribe will not verify you. The tribe will not support that, and you will feel immediate pain when you do it, right? Because it's pain in your identity. And so that's with people, as far as people goes, right? As far as internal environment, mental environment, you have to create an environment that if you don't stick to your word, you experience pain. Right,
bro, that is so deep. And you know what's so cool about what you just said is it's so easy to change your environment if you just put friction in the right areas, right? Because the whole thing is, bro, if you're attempting to break a bad habit, you're not going to necessarily break it, because it's so easy to do the bad habit. If you just put friction in between you and that bad habit that you're attempting to quit, it's a lot harder. For example, bro, how about this? If you eat a bunch of junk food, just fucking throw out the junk food. If you have kids, put them in areas that you are not able to reach easily, right? Put friction in places.
Make it difficult.
Yeah, make it difficult. And for all the good habits that you want to do, like let's say you want to start working out and you work a really, strenuous job where it's 12 hours and you work at an office. As soon as you wake up, have 20-pound dumbbells right in front of your face. Right?
The cue, you've been reading Atomic Habits too, right? Cue, craving, response, reward.
Yep.
Those are the 4 areas. And for bad habits, there's 4 things you want to do. And for good habits, there's 4 things you want to do, right? Cue is what?
Cue is essentially...
No, but what's the good one? Do you know? The one the positive, the one that you want to do for a good habit.
You tell me.
Make it obvious versus make it invisible. Craving is... what is craving? Craving is...
your dopamine response to wanting it, like, oh, okay.
I know, but what is and if there's one for a bad habit, if you crave a bad habit, make it unattractive versus make it attractive. Make a good habit attractive.
Make it unattractive, yeah.
Response is make it easy versus make it hard for a bad habit, and reward is make it satisfying versus make it unsatisfying, right? And so you take the dumbbells, for example, right? You already got cue, right? Make it obvious. Dumbbells are right there. Craving is make it attractive, right? Making it attractive, you can do a lot of things, but what I like to do is the mental rehearsal, in the sense of just obsessed with self-development, obsessed with becoming yourself, and so you're so attracted to the result of what those dumbbells give, right? Those feelings those dumbbells give. And then let's see, response is make it easy, right? That's how do you make the dumbbells easy?
Think about the output of you working out consistently, bro. Like for me, for example, dude, the reason why I love working out so much is because it helps with my mental health now. But when I first started, bro, all I would think about is the amount of chicks I was gonna get. In the beginning, I'm just being honest. Like, if I get a 6-pack and I get jacked, I'm gonna get chicks. Just keep thinking about that, right?
Nice.
Like,
that was my motivating drive in the beginning.
Fuck yeah, I think it's young dudes.
Everyone does it for the chicks, and if they say they don't in the beginning, at least, they're just virtue signaling. I don't care about the chicks,
bro.
And I mean biologically, that's what you have to get on the call.
I do, but let's
finish this up, wrap it up. Biologically, that is how we spread our seed. That's how we successfully live our lives and fulfill our biological desires. So you draw circles deep enough, that's what you do it for, right? Because sometimes I could be mentally thinking, you know, I'm doing it for my purpose, I'm doing it for all these things, which is true, right? But at the end of the day, like, our biology wants to level up to become a high value man.
Status, bro.
Status, for sure.
Status.
Status. And then there's just the spiritual desires, which is another side of it. That's not as much for the chicks, but you always have the biological desires. So there's two pulling things. There's like fulfillment and then the chicks. But yeah, let's wrap this up so you can go. My brother's got to get on a call
Let's go.
with his boy, but great workout.
God bless, brother.
I'm in town for the week and a half, so we'll probably get another one in.
Let's
yeah,
go.
off to go shopping now.
Peace out, boys.
So for the first time ever, y'all are getting the Meta glasses experience for the first time ever on my channel, at least. I got these at Christmas, have not used them yet, and camera's dead, so I figured might as well pop these boys on and go shopping, baby. So it's actually late as hell. I ended up doing a lot of editing before I went shopping, and I didn't need a lot of things. A lot of the stuff was actually already at my mom's, so I just got to get a couple things, but might as well get them today because I'm gonna need them for tomorrow. So let's get after it. All right. You kidding me? Ah, there it is. This is by far the greatest form of milk. You got 0 grams of added sugar, 0.5 grams of saturated fat, and you don't got that extra hormones like cow's milk has. Absolute quality right there. And it's delicious in my opinion. I'll throw that a little bit in the oats in the morning just to give it a good little texture. So that's item number 1. Skipping that poisonous aisle over there. Straight poison. Let's see. More poison over here, but I guess that keeps you clean. You know, I'm not really one of those fear mongers though, where you'll see like, you know, they're killing us slowly, or they're trying to kill us, and it's like hand sanitizer and shit. You know, I personally don't care as much about that, just because it hasn't directly affected me, maybe. But I don't know. I just feel like it's very minimal. I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I focus on other things that actually matter. Mixed veggies, frozen, because I'm too lazy to cook them. Not to say too lazy. I just don't really want to waste my time in that sense. We'll grab 2 of these. These will go on the seitan bowl with rice. All right. Frozen blueberries. Going organic on these is the only organic option. The blueberries, a little smaller pack, a little more expensive. Not a big deal though. 300 grams in each one of these. So 3 will last me 9 meals because I put 100 grams in each one of my bowls. So we're set for the week on that. Holy shit. 9 grams. A little better there. No protein oats though. Looks like this is our oat section over here. Alright. Whole grain rolled oats is a play. Already got the protein powder brought from home. Rice brought from home. And we're good to go, fellas.
Hey, Eric, what's up, man?
What's up, brothers?
What's up, Mike? Man, dude. You buzzed at Eric or your haircut?
Hey, it's a good one.
Eric.
It's a good one, brother.
Yes, sir.
It's a fun read too, in my opinion.
I think I read it in like 2 days when I got it.
Yeah, same. It was one of the first. Today we're actually talking about the first book I ever read. First self-development book of all time for me. All right, so today we got a very interactive one. A lot of talking. We got a little smaller group than usual, so which is kind of good because, you know, we'll all be able to have our word in this one. So like I said, I just re-picked up Atomic Habits. Great book. Has anyone in here read Atomic Habits? You guys, yeah, you guys probably heard of it. It's been like the #1 bestseller. I don't know if in the world or if it's just in the self-development category, but it's a great book, and I picked it up again just because I wanted to reinforce the ideas that I learned 3 years ago, and I'm very happy I did, and we're gonna be going over those today, right? So habits, first and foremost, as you guys know, they're very essential to our well-being and to our progress, right? The author calls them compound interest of self-development. And so when you do a habit today, right, you not only get the interest immediately from the habit, but it compounds over and over and over again. You could see me and Mike as examples if you look at our before photos to now, right? Everything we've done these past 3 years from day 1 to now has been compounding into our transformation, and will continue to do so. And everything we really do is a habit, right? It's very rare that you will go out of your natural instinct, right? We're just kind of on autopilot at all times, and do something that is not habitual, right? It's how we break and build habits, but most 99+% of what we do is just habitual. So the 4 stages of a habit is going to be cue, craving, response, reward. And probably about 90% of the pages in this book are based off of this fact, right? Cue, craving, response, reward. And so what we're going to do is we are going to pick a habit, right? We'll pick a habit that we want to build and pick a habit that we want to break. And then we're going to go through each one of the stages and see where we can build them, right? Or where we can actually put in place systems, mindsets, environments to where it makes the good habits easy to build and the bad ones easier to break, right? So as far as that goes, I didn't know how many people were going to show up today, so I was kind of trying to think of how to do it. We can first, let's shout out a habit. Everyone shout out a habit they want to break. For me, habit I want to break is going to be scrolling.
The habit I want to break is smoking.
Cigarettes or weed?
Cigarettes.
Got you.
I guess being quiet, not speaking a lot. That's a habit. That's something I want to break.
So you want to break the habit of being like shy, kind of?
Yeah.
Let's for the sake of this this exercise, that'd be kind of hard to do for this. How about like for example, it could be lust, it could be diet, it could be screen time, video games, anything else that you don't want to do on your day-to-day basis that you found yourself driven to do recently?
I would both.
Go ahead, brother.
My biggest win, to be honest with you, is meeting Joey and getting a workout with him. Not once, but twice.
Twice.
Being able to keep back the knowledge, the wisdom from him. That was awesome. Didn't expect to work out twice. We did.
My guy.
It was an awesome experience to be there and just work out with him. And hopefully, Mike, I get to see you at the end of April, at the beginning of April.
100%.
We could work out. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest win. My struggle is getting back to the gym, and after vacation, I was in Nashville, Tennessee for a couple of days, for like almost a week. So just getting back to the routine, and just getting back to the gym and stuff like that. My struggle is just starting to get back up, getting up on time and pushing myself. And my knowledge is to keep pushing yourself, man. Keep pushing yourself to be the best that you could be, and just continue to do what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we got struggles. Days we're going to get up and be like, I don't want to do this, but you got to keep pushing yourself, man, to the fullest.
For sure.
So you guys haven't checked it out yet? Check out
Yeah, me and Angel's video.
With Joey and Angel on our channel. I put it in.
Yeah, that's another biggest win right there.
That is huge win.
Put myself out there on YouTube. And I really kind of like not really into that right there, but I put myself out there, and it's a working process on that right there.
For sure. You were game right away.
Thank you, Joey, man.
Got you.
AKA Papa.
Papa, yes sir. What's up, Papa? That's good.
Meeting you and getting to work out with you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Same here. I feel the same way, bro. That's another win for me, for sure. So that was the call with me and my brothers, man. We get out here every Sunday. Us and about, depends on the week, sometimes there's 6, 7, 8. Most we've had was 12. Just me and my brother, his clients, my clients, and it's one of my favorite times of the week. I know the guys love it too. But today specifically, we talked about atomic habits, right? Just started reading this book, and instead of just preaching to the guys, because some of these guys have been on the method for a year, and so they have their own wisdom, their own advice, and it's just enjoyable to really all talk to each other, have a collective mastermind, and I like to have a group discussion. So we talked about how in each area, cue, craving, response, reward, those are the 4 steps of a habit, right? We picked a good habit, we picked a habit we want to build, we picked a habit we want to break, and how in each 4 of those steps we can make the good habit more obvious, more attractive, easier, and more satisfying, and the bad habit more invisible, more unattractive, harder, and less satisfying, right? And so that was a great one. Everyone's doing great, right? The winter's curving around. There was a rough period there, man, about like January, December, at that time of year, the holidays, worse food, less sun. People start to, drift a little, including, I had a rough time, but I was still able to push through. But all the guys this week are doing fucking great. So that's good to see. That's good to see, y'all. I think that's a day, fellas. I think I'm gonna call it here for the vlog. I fucking love you guys. I know I got a small channel right now. I think it's about we're at 3 370. But I'm just gonna continue doing my thing, man. I got my brothers, I got you guys. I'm gonna keep documenting my journey, sharing what I learned. If you want to work one-on-one with me in the trenches, right? In addition, be part of this tribe. Go ahead and book a call. I'll put a link in the description, in the bio. We'll talk about where you're at, where you're trying to go, and we'll see if what we got for you aligns with that. So yeah, much love, brothers. Until next time.